What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Shako from Mind's Eye Status here. I bought a whiteboard just for you so I can share with you the secret of groundbreaking communication skills. I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but if you want to really improve your communication skills and have that executive presence, you need to master these 5 areas. And I'm going to share with you what they are. I go into detail with my clients into the 5 pillars, breaking them down practically as well, but I'm going to share with you exactly what they are today so you can start working on it on your own and just take this information for free. Go apply it however you will, research about it. There's videos on this profile, on this channel about the 5 pillars as well, so you can go ahead and check that out after this video. So the 5 pillars are presence and energy. That's the first one. Then we have body language and tonality. We'll break these down. Then we have reading people, building connections, and finally, confidence and authenticity. Excuse my handwriting. Presence and energy, body language and tonality, learning how to read people, building connections, and confidence and authenticity. So if we break these down, presence and energy relates to how present to the moment you are. This helps you overcome overthinking. One of the biggest challenges that people face in their communication skills is being stuck in their head, constantly overthinking about what to say next, worried about what people think about them, and worried about judgment. If you can master how to be present to the moment, where you're not overthinking, you're not stuck in your head, you're not worried about what people think, you're not worried about what to say next, but rather you're actually grounded in the present moment. We talk a lot about being grounded. That's a word we constantly use. This is going to be the foundation for your communication skills. It's the number one module and lesson that we go over with our clients because it is the most important element of communication, to be honest. It's your presence. A good book on this, by the way, is obviously The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. So if you want to learn how to, not sure if you can read that, if you want to learn how to be more present in your communication skills, I would highly suggest you read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle because it's extremely practical and very simple and easy to follow as well. So that's presence and energy. Next, we have body language and tonality. Sometimes before a meeting with a client or before a workshop, I work from home, so I sit down at my desk. Sometimes I stand up if I'm not feeling so energized or motivated. The reason for this is our physiology directly affects our psychology. The mind and the body are connected. Therefore, we know that we can manipulate the body. We can manipulate the mind, not the body, with the body. Meaning you can feel more confident in your mind by affecting your physiology with the way that you hold yourself. This is the easiest way to improve your confidence. Your confidence will go through the roof. And by the way, these 5 pillars, they all blend in with each other. So the more present you are, the more likely it is for your muscles to be relaxed. The more relaxed your muscles are, the more likely you are to be present and relaxed. So it's a loop and they all feed into one another. We had body language and tonality. Your vocal projection is responsible for your sense of authority, for your executive presence. When you speak up in a meeting, by the way, you don't need to be loud and extroverted. I'm more naturally an introvert. But if you speak up, even if you rarely do, but when you do speak up, you sound confident, your voice projects. That's going to make a lasting impression compared to somebody that has a weak and meek voice. So work on your body language. There's millions of videos on YouTube from my channel and others as well, teaching high-level body language. You can even study some celebrities and movie stars and even characters in movies and TV shows that have great body language. You look at your Don Draper from Mad Men, you look at James Bond, even superheroes, for God's sake. Some of them obviously are a bit exaggerated, but you get the idea. If somebody feels good about themselves internally, it's going to manifest externally in their body language. Next, we have reading people. I like to add here with empathy. If you want to connect with people, make an impression, have a genuine conversation beyond small talk, you need to understand how people are feeling. So this has to do, what are with these arrows? Understanding people's emotions. And that's why it's so important to work on your emotional intelligence as well. Here's the interesting thing. Remember I said these all feed into each other? When you're present to the moment, when you're not overthinking, you will naturally start to read people. When you're conscious about reading people, you're paying extra attention to them, you will naturally start to be more present. It's a loop. The easiest way to read people is by developing your own level of self-awareness and emotional intelligence. I'm constantly reading about emotions and psychology because when you understand your own triggers, your own emotions, your own thought processes and habits, it is so much easier to understand that of others. It feeds into each other. For example, the reason why it's so important to learn how to read people and be present with them, if you're trying to communicate with somebody in a way that does not match their emotions or emotional state. I try to say emotions and emotional state at the same time. If you can't match their emotions or emotional state, it's going to be very hard to connect because you're not speaking their language. This allows you to speak people's language because you read them accurately, which goes into the next point of building connections. Once you're present to the moment, you're not thinking about what to say next. You have good open body language. You're reading people accurately. Now you understand their language. You understand their emotions. You've paid attention to it. Then you can really connect with people. One way we do this in the program is we teach how to ask good questions. For example, open-ended. I hope you guys can read this. Open-ended questions. Open-ended questions. So there we go. Open-ended questions are questions that encourage connection and encourage the person that you're speaking to elaborate more on what you're saying. We have many techniques of getting somebody to open up. For example, the use of silence, the use of open-ended questions, mirroring, etc. But if you don't put in conscious effort on learning how to connect with people, it's going to be very difficult. This helps with networking, by the way, in and out of your organization. So networking with higher leadership in the organization that you're in, but also outside when you're just meeting people, maybe you're at an event. Then we have confidence and authenticity. This has to do with your values, habits, lifestyle. And we actually have pillars of confidence. For example, taking self-responsibility. This is a subject that is very, very deep, so I'm not going to go too deep into it today because confidence, self-esteem is a huge and very rich subject. But essentially, there's no point learning any of this if you're not confidently communicating, if you're not expressing yourself to the world openly. These things feed into each other. Once you master the first 4 pillars, you'll start to feel more confident. If you do things in your life, if you have values, habits, and a lifestyle that makes you feel good, makes you feel confident, that's going to affect everything else. So these are the 5 pillars of communication: presence and energy, body language and tonality, reading people with empathy, building connections, and confidence and authenticity. I'm telling you guys, take a screenshot of this. If you want to dramatically improve your communication skills, you need to master these 5 pillars. Now, obviously, there are nuances. It's not just, hey, let's improve your body language and now all of a sudden you're the best communicator possible. But you need a foundation. And after 10 years, over 10 years of studying social dynamics and communication skills, going from being very socially anxious myself, dropping out of university so I can learn sales, learn how to communicate, study human nature. These are the 5 pillars. This is the foundation that I discovered is what you need to get you to that next level, whether you want to improve your executive presence or whether you just want to be more socially confident and comfortable in your own skin. So if you like this, if you're interested in it, please leave a comment. If you're new here, welcome. I encourage you to subscribe. And if you want to work with me and my team personally on mastering communication and going deeper into these 5 pillars, I'll leave a link in the description. You can go ahead and book a call with us. I will see you guys very soon. Cheers.